Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me. I just wanted to share a little haul I did from Envelop Art Shop. They sell dies that are very inexpensive. I had never ordered with them before, and it's inloveartshop.com. And I'd never ordered with them before, so I was a little nervous because they didn't send me any type of order confirmation or order number or anything. I just placed the order, and then 2 weeks later, which was today, I got these beautiful dies in the mail. So the purpose for the video today is I want to share with you the dies I got, how they cut, and if I feel they're worth the investment. We are not going to be assembling them today or, talking about all the projects that can be made. All I want to do is tell you guys if I think that the die works well, because I know that dies, it's disappointing when they don't cut well. So I just want to cover the pros and cons quickly of each die for you. And I'm going to show you how it cut, briefly talk about the pros and cons, then share the item number so that if you're interested after you see how it cuts, you can jot it down. And then I'll also link everything below as well. So I want to get started because I don't want the video to be too long. So I would like to start with one of my favorites. And it is a star mat. And basically I used glittered cardstock to cut it, and it just makes a little mat. And there's these little star cutouts. It's absolutely 100% a home run. It looks so adorable. It was very inexpensive, and the item number is DMZ H558. And yes, the dies do have names, but it's much easier just to put in the item number into the search bar than to type all the long words that the dies are called. The next one I want to talk about is also a home run. Definitely worth the investment. These little glittered wreath dies. They cut so well, no weeding involved. Game changer for sure for making rosettes and ephemera. I highly recommend it. DMZ H624 is the item number on that one. Totally get that if you wish to. And I also want to mention too that I don't remember the prices of each of these dies, but they were all around $4 to $6. Some of them are probably even cheaper than that. Another one that's well worth the investment, and this one I have to, of course, talk about the vintage Goose. This is actually called the Stitch Tag Die, and this is what led me to the website in the first place. This is a great investment. I don't use a lot of stuff with tags, but these are going to be great for embellishments and everything. I used a gold foil paper that has like a little bit of a linen finish to it. Beautiful. Well worth it. And these are very easy to snap apart as well. I did want to mention that. DMZ H621 Stitch Tag Die. Totally a 10 out of a 10. Okay, the next one I want to talk about are these mittens. They cut well. I used a pattern paper. I didn't even actually cut mine apart because I thought, I'm probably going to make all the mittens at once all the time, so I left them attached, and they cut great. I used a pattern paper. Won't do that again. You can't really see the, dimensions, and these really do need to be embellished, I think, in order to be ultimate cuteness. I think if you attached them like with colorful string on the front of a card and made each mitten a different color cardstock, you could get away with that. But I'm excited to play with that die, and if you're looking for a holiday theme that doesn't scream Christmas, that's going to be a good one for you to grab. The next one I want to talk about is another one that I love. I cut it out with the white glittered cardstock here, and it cut perfectly. I did have to do a little weeding in a couple of places. It's not perfect, but overall for the first cut, it went well. I'm not the best weeder on the planet. That's the large one, and it cuts. The small one didn't cut, it just embossed. So I used the glittered cardstock. I wouldn't do that again. I would use a plain cardstock for the smaller one, because you can't really see the detail. I did this one double-sided. You miss the detail. It's better plain. But even just for the larger die, it's still worth the price, even if you don't use the smaller die as much. So that one, large die home run, smaller die, it's okay. Okay, the next one I want to talk about is this heart matte. I liked it with the plain glittered, oh, pardon me. I liked it with the plain glittered cardstock. I think with this one, I would just use plain red, white, or pink, or maybe even black cardstock, because there's a lot happening. I didn't love it with the pattern. And there is a stitching to it that doesn't come across on the pattern. And overall, if you make a lot of Valentine crafts, I mean, it might be a good one for you to grab, but it's okay. The benefits to this die was it was so easy to cut, and it also made all of these adorable little pieces of heart confetti that came out, and especially this little, if I see if I can get it, this little like glittered one. So it cut out all these perfect little heart confettis, which were super cute. So all in all, it was a good choice, but it's just okay. The next one I want to talk about is so cute. Stitched star dies. This cut out beautifully. The stitching came through even through the glittered cardstock. I mean, that alone is an adorable embellishment just right there. I mean, you don't have to do anything else. You could do it also on plain, so you can see the stitching that way. But I love this one. It was really inexpensive. The item number for the stitch star die, DMZ H759. Okay, next one. I did not do these any favors by using a pattern die. It's just a doily. It has a hole. The benefits to this die, it was so easy to cut. I think if you used maybe that paper that I used for those tags, like the linen gold, it's going to be really pretty. It's okay. The bonuses is it cut really easy, very little weeding, and that it was inexpensive. DMZ H706 on that die. Okay, let's talk about this little bow. I'm sure every one of you has a little bow die, but guess what? I didn't. And I think this one was like $2 or $3. And I'm not, you know, I didn't follow any instructions to put it together, but I think it turned out pretty cute. And it was so easy, no weeding, so simple. If you don't have one or you like another little one, DMZ H383. For me, that was a home run. Okay, next, loved this one. And it was really easy to cut. Just a little beautiful envelope. I mean, so easy. And it weeded itself. I don't think I even poked this one once. Not even one poke. I mean, seriously. Oh, actually, you can tell I didn't poke it once because all of the paper is still in there. So yeah, I didn't have to weed the envelope, but you are gonna have to weed your die. DMZ H719-2. Totally worth it. Super adorable. And a gift card fits in there, so that's great. Okay, next one I want to talk about is going to be the Heart Floral Decor. This, I'm not doing it any favors here, but how they showed it on the web was they had it stacked up like on a treat bag, and they used like all sorts of different floral layers, and you know, they added trim, and it was really cute. If you do a lot of treat bags, this one would be good. And it was inexpensive. It was pretty easy to cut. I did have to weed it a little bit. DMZ H527. Basically, if you want to play with the die, this would be a great one. I don't think it's going to be super complicated, but you do need to do something with it. It doesn't do anything on its own. Okay, next one I want to talk about is this wreath. It was pretty good. I did use double-sided paper. Let me see if I can. It was pretty good. I don't know. Maybe it was just the paper I used. I think it'd be a lot prettier in gold. It was kind of challenging to get out of the die itself. It was mildly challenging to weed. And overall, I think if you want to wrestle with a die a little bit, go for it. DMZ H493. given the choice, I would order this one again because I do want to try it with this gold paper. So ultimately I would invest in that one again, but it's not like, you know, the best thing I ever saw. And then that leads me to these small wreath dies. As you can see, I ripped this one, pulling it out, but that's okay because I'm going to use that for greenery because I think you could cut this apart and use it for small greenery. I actually ripped 2 of that one, getting it out. Here is a small one. I didn't finish weeding this one, you can tell, but it's pretty cute. But honestly, the whole pack was worth it just for this one. I don't know what the deal was, but this one came out easily. And I used the same paper. It's a different color, but it's the exact same paper. So the whole die was worth it just for this one. And you could probably do something with the innards too. I mean, I don't know. You could at least get your hole punches out or your circle punches out and punch out gold circles so you don't have to throw the inside away. And I do want to show you really quickly that 2 of these dies are the same. So you get 4, but 2 are identical. And sadly, those are the ones that ripped. That's why I have 2 ripped ones. So this one was okay. I think I could do better and play with it a little bit. This was the one that was amazing, and it's so delicate, but it's the one that didn't rip. And then this one is just, it's pretty cute. So all in all, I would invest in this again. The item number is DMAL788. And again, just type that number into their search bar and it'll take you right to the item. They're always having sales and the shipping is free. No complaints. Okay, so this die, I didn't put it together because honestly, I just wanted to show you guys how they cut. So this is like a Christmas die and it has like a bow and some greenery and these berries. And, you know, we'll assemble it another day. But all in all, it was worth it just for this greenery. Look at how delicate it is. And honestly, I had no trouble with it. It popped right out clean. I didn't rip it. I didn't have to weed it too much. I think maybe 1 or 2 spaces I did. But it was worth it just for this. Because the prices, you guys, are so good. And the bow is pretty cute. It needs some help. You know, it's got to get zhuzhed a little bit. Needs some help. I'm not really sure about those. We'll figure it out though. But all in all, a good investment, even if it's just for the greenery. DMZH671 is the item number on that. And then this leads me to my last die. This is the only one I was really disappointed with. If you want to weed and struggle with a die to get this, then go for it. But honestly, it's not even that pretty. And there's a larger flower that I couldn't even cut. The larger one didn't even cut for me. You guys are probably better cutters, but it didn't even cut. So there it is again with plain cardstock. It did come with 3 greenery pieces, so all is not lost. I don't think I'm ever going to cut those flowers again, but you do get 3 pieces of greenery that popped out magically easily. So I've got that, so I'm pumped about that. And then it came also with that little bow, and that cut out pretty well too. Again, this needs a little help. It's okay, but we can make it cute. You know we can. So yeah, I would not invest in this one unless you need skinny greenery. DMZH656. And again, this larger one, I want to kind of stop talking because I don't want this video to be too long for you guys, but I do want to tell you this one didn't even cut. It did, but like I couldn't get it out. And I tried to add a second shim up past the, you know, cut plate, and it wouldn't go through the die, and I didn't want to break I have broken an Evolution before to the point where I had to go into the basura. It was just trash. So I didn't want to do that to my Sizzix. So yeah, I hope that this format was somewhat helpful for you guys. Thank you so much for hanging in there. And I do want to share, if you're interested in that glittered cardstock that I was using, this was a great deal. I got this at Michael's a while ago, but not that long ago, like sometime during quarantine. And it's Recollection Scrap Glitter Cardstock. It's amazing. It comes in some really pretty colors. You get a ton of it. I think it was $5. And I am super super duper happy about it. I may invest in more or check back at some point and see if they have additional colors. So yeah, thank you again, you guys, for hanging out with me. And I hope everybody is doing well and staying safe. And I hope to talk to you guys soon. Bye.